What's up, guys? So I just wanted to make another video on these heated and cooled seats on basically, I guess, installing them. Hopefully this answers a lot of questions because I know I'm gonna get asked them a lot. So I just wanted to, cover a bunch of stuff. Not gonna lie, these took me a while to make. Some parts were out of stock for like over a month. I had to like find some different suppliers because it was just taking forever to get my hands on what I needed. But I finally got everything. I'm not gonna lie, it took me a couple weeks straight building every single day. I think I built 24 harnesses, and it takes me about 3 or 4 hours for each harness. So, yeah, this is a very tedious job, but got them all done. And so basically, anyone getting one of those seats probably look like this, sitting butt naked. And then if you have me do yours, seats, flip them upside down and make sure they're cooled, okay? Make sure they got this turbo looking thing. That's how you know they're heated and cooled, if they got this underneath them, okay? And check them both, okay? Because I think someone mailed me. They mailed me this harness. You take the harnesses off and you mail them to me, but I started to strip this one and I realized it's not cooled. This is just like movement only. This is like a base model Lariat, not cooled, not heated, only movement harness. So someone got fucked buying a cooled seat when they don't even have cooled seats. So make sure you got them turbo looking things, okay? If you don't have the turbo looking thing there, it probably ain't cooled. So, and then another thing on what guys like to do that is the biggest pain in my ass is they try to attempt this themselves and then they fail and then they make it my problem. Which isn't a problem. It's really nice when I can start with a fresh harness, cut it, and it comes out beautiful. But now I have to spend probably an extra hour repairing this harness because everything's, probably cut short, and yeah, probably didn't know what the hell they were doing. So makes my life fun when I gotta spend an extra hour just to get it back to that and then start over. So, but all right, enough with that. If you attempt it yourself and you fuck it up and can't figure it out, I'll fix it. Make sure they're cooled. Don't send me a harness that isn't set up for cooled. So I love it when the guys just send me this with their freaking name and info on it, and I know that's theirs. I know it's the correct harness. So after you do that and I strip it and I build them all, this is what we get. So I wanted to talk about installing these. I make like 2 different versions. For one guy, he wanted his switches on the seats. So what he's gonna do is cut a little hole right here, and he's gonna mount the switch there, and it's gonna be running off an accessory wire. So he can leave them on in the cooled position and turn the truck off and they'll turn off. That's our goal. So I've set a 3-wire plug, so he's got negative, positive, and accessory coming in. An accessory comes to the switch, and then accessory just runs blue, makes it cold, and orange makes it hot. Simple as that. So that's one setup I did for this guy. A majority of these setups, these switches run to the dash. So all these plugs are 4 pins, so that you got negative and positive, and then heated and cooled running all the way to the dashboard. So that's what all those are. Oh, it's so beautiful. I don't even realize you guys know how much time I spent building these. They're beautiful. So you're gonna get your driver and you're gonna get your passenger. A tip is they do kind of mount in here different if you forget. I use an 1/8 inch drill bit to make my mounting holes, to mount my 2 little relays right here. I just mock them up. I use a 1/8 drill bit, and then I use the little factory screws and I bolt it in. Now for the driver runs behind this, okay? And the passenger runs on the front. So I'll go ahead and get these mounted up, and then I'm gonna show you what they should look like, because I'm pretty sure you probably took these off and you probably mailed them to me and you probably don't remember which goes where and whatnot. So let me mount them on there. I'm gonna show you. So They are different from right to left. You can see, I mean, they kind of mirror each other. Basically, I go off of this and whatnot. So let me go ahead and get them in there, and I'll be right back. Anything else I need to tell you before I forget? I don't think so. So let me do this. Okay, so we got the harnesses in there. So this one's the passenger. See how the main cord goes over the metal bracket? That's how you know that's the way the passenger one goes, and it clicks in right here, and it clicks in right there, and then you put these on. These things are a pain in the ass. Pulling them on and off, they're stupid. So sometimes I do take off these plastic cover off this double relay to help get that bolt on a little easier, and then you just click it back on, and that's it. So you got your plug here. You got your plug going to the back of the seat right there. And then a good way to tell for which plug goes to which one is these top motors usually have the gray wire. See that gray wire? And then the middle ones always have a green one. You see it? They've always got a green one. And then you can't mess this one up. This one only plugs in one spot. But these two motors have the same plug, so don't get them twisted. And then this one's the driver, and it's pretty much the same setup. You can usually tell because it's always got the gray and purple on the top, and then you got the green on the middle, and then you can't mess that plug up. So, and then this main harness runs back behind it. So, yeah, you run it from the behind, and then it clicks in right there too, and then you put in the switches. What else? You know, this one clicks in from the back. See how this plug's on the front? This one's on the back. So that's mirrored. And then you got my plug. And then those just wrap around, plugs in, wraps around, plugs in. So if you want, you know, you can take a screenshot so you can see how it's supposed to be ran for the driver, and how it's supposed to be ran for the passenger. So yeah, boom, boom, there you go. So boom, these are ready to drop in the truck. We only need to get 12 volt going to them to get them to move. And then if you really want to, like, I don't know, tinker with this or adjust it or something, if you really want, let me see, can I peel this tape back? I don't think so. But if you peel the tape back, you'll see the wires. You'll see a red is for 12 volt, black is for ground, orange is for heat, and blue is for cold. So you just need to get 12 volt going to the two trigger wires, the orange and the blue, and those will get the cooled working. So they're not, I really dumb them down to really be standalones, so there ain't no fancy computers, and they work awesome. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna install them in this Excursion out front. I'm gonna go ahead and lay out the body harness, and I do include the plug that goes into here in whatever wiring you need, you know. So everyone's truck's a little different, you know. The base models, they don't have power. Some of you guys don't have power going in the truck originally. Some only have the driver, and then some trucks have both power going to the passenger and driver, and that's the best, because then you can source the power from the truck if you want. So if you don't, you just got to let me know what setup you have. And you know, everyone, you know, some people are horrible with wiring. Everyone's story is different, but when it comes down to this harness is going to be the same for everyone. You know, this doesn't matter what the truck has. This is the same and this is the same. It's just when it gets down to the truck outside, that's where everyone's, you know, story and goal is a little different. So, you know, whatever you need, I've got a shit ton of wire to make whatever you need to work with your truck. So if we need to run for a truck that doesn't have power going to the seat, and you want to run an additional power wire so you can get power going to that seat, we can do that. And I have a bunch of little fuse things, so we can fuse it and everything and get power going to that seat. So just let me know what you need and what setup you got on your truck, and I'll tell you what I would recommend, what you should do, and I'll build the other end of this plug to whatever need you need. So we're we're gonna go out to this excursion. We're gonna build the body harness how I would do it for this truck. So let me get that done. I'll see you later. Okay, so I just want to show you the stock setup on this 7.3. So basically, I know with 7.3s, I want to say 03, 04, 6.0s might be the same. They should be, I think. But if you have heated seats, this is what you're equipped with. See this light blue pink? Where's the pink? There it is. This little skinny light blue pink is an accessory wire. So my one customer that wants the switches on the seats, because he wants them to work like how the old seats were with the switches on the seats, he's just gonna tap right into this. So basically, that red black is power for the heated, and then when you turn on the truck, this is what lets you control the seat. And then oh shit, my bad. Black is ground, and then that white, or the black with the white stripe, that's your constant 12 volt that powers your seat. So this is what you want to use to power up your seat. And then you want to use black as ground. And now I'm pretty sure all the way from 99 to 07, black white is 12 volt and black is ground. So, and then I don't think the 05 to 07 guys, I don't think you have this wire coming to the passenger side. Now I think you do have it going to the driver's side. So if you want, you can if you're running accessory to both the seats, you can tap into that one and just bring it over here. But as far as I know, for 05 to 07, you only have an accessory wire only going to the driver's side. So you need to tee it off basically. But like this truck right here, it's got it. But this truck's not even gonna use this. So I'm not even gonna use these seat plugs at all for this application, because I have my own setup right here. I got my own little fuse box. We're gonna tap into our grounds here and tap into our positives here. I'm gonna run them down through the body harness and run them, and we're gonna source our own power. And reason being I'm doing that is the older fuse boxes, I don't want to put any more, you know, strain through them than I have to. And this truck's already got this awesome setup. So I really want to utilize that setup, because I know the 02 to 07 guys, you have fuse box problems, and I don't want to have to run any juice through the factory fuse box if I don't have to. So I'm just gonna leave these. I'm just gonna tuck these and hide them away, and basically I'm gonna act like this truck doesn't have power at all. Like, we're gonna act like this truck is a base model. It ain't got none. So this 0273, so what I'm gonna do, I have these going to the battery, which is a pretty cool little setup that I make. I have it running through the firewall right there. Coming through the firewall right there with my little fancy grommets. Let's see. And then this truck's got my battery cables, and it goes through a big mega fuse there straight to the battery. So this is a really fancy setup if you really want to one-up it. You know, if you're running a lot of accessories on your truck, I think this is the way to go. So this is what's going to power both our seats. It's going to power our center console, power our inverters. It's going to power the off-road lights. It's going to power, this truck's getting a lot of shit. So it definitely needs that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hook up, you know, driver and a passenger, positive and grounds. So I'm going to have 4 wires coming down through here, and just basically run them along this harness to here. So now we'll have our power and grounds going to each seat. After I get those done, what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna run 4 wires to control the heated and cooled going to the dash. And I'm gonna make a custom body plug, an additional one. Like, here's the factory ones, I'm gonna add my own. That'll run all my accessories. So basically, once I put the dash in as one piece, I can plug it in there, and all the accessories I'm gonna add, like right here, here's a running light wire for the full power mirrors I added. So basically I'm gonna run, going through here, all 4 skinny wires coming up through here and there to there to there to here, and then it'll go through on the dash. So he'll have the switches for the dash. God, if that made a lot of sense. I feel like I was talking a lot. But it's basically, to dumb it down, you got your ground and positive, and then you got your trigger wires. pretty much it. So I'm gonna go ahead and knock this out. Let me go ahead and I'll come back and I'll show you how I'm gonna run it. And basically this body side of the harness I'm about to build, it comes with the kit. And basically this is how you're gonna install it if you want. Every truck's a little different. If you want a clean setup, you can use this. It supports 30 amps. The seats are 30 amps. If you want to use your factory ones, you can. I've ran them before. I have done them on multiple trucks. But this truck, having this, I'm going to utilize this fuse box. I think we're going to take advantage of it instead of running it through the factory fuse box. So let me go ahead and do this. I've been talking for 5 minutes. I'll be back. Okay, check it out. So this is what I'm gonna do. This is the body side that I'm talking about that I'm gonna supply to you guys. And if you're curious on what goes where, I'm gonna leave that much room so you can see what's going on. And the big red one's gonna be your constant 12 volt, and then the black's gonna be your ground. And then what I think I'm gonna do is I bought these 4 colors, and I want these 2 to be for the passenger and these 2 for the driver. And if you had to guess, which one do you think does what? Heated, cooled, cooled. That's what I'm gonna go by. So you got your heated wire there and your heated wire there. So as soon as either of those wires get 12 volt, it's gonna get the seat doing heated and cooled. So, and if let's say you accidentally run 12 volt to both of them at the same time, that's okay. It's not gonna hurt anything. If you accidentally, you know, touch these with the ground, touch the 2 trigger wires with the ground, it shouldn't do anything. I'm trying to think of any way that you could hurt this other than touching the ground in the positive. Other than, you know, putting those 2 together, you're probably just gonna blow the fuse. And that's why we rock a fuse. Because let's say we were to strip this power wire and rub it on the chassis. We want a fire. It's gonna pop the fuse. You know, this is why I run this bad boy, so we don't burn no trucks down. You know, that's why I like to run all my accessories to this, because it'd be practically impossible to burn this truck down. Because let's say this big Johnny rubs out on the firewall. Let's say this wants to short out on the firewall. That's a thick wire. That might do some damage. That could probably burn a truck down. Well, it's gonna pop a fuse right here. So unless this wire wants to short out from here to here, I don't see a problem. But I think the way the Ford runs this, you know, this wire is gonna cause a problem way before my setup ever would. So, which I've never heard of a truck burning down because of this wire. You know, how many years Ford been running this wire here, there? Forever. So it'd be very difficult to burn this truck down. So I just set up the passenger side. I don't want to waste your time with all the driver side. I know this video is already running kind of long. So we got our plug set up. If you really want to know on what pin goes where, you can see they're numbered. See the 1, 2, and the 3, 4. And I try to do this every single seat, every one that runs a 4-pin. Number 1 is always 12 volts. Number 2 is heat. Number 4 is cool, and number 3 is ground. I literally have it written down, so every seat I do has the same pin out. You know, I try to repeat myself, so if there's an issue, you know, I ain't got to guess like, man, I don't remember what I did to your seat. Now, everyone should have the same shit. So let me go ahead and pull this seat forward. I'm gonna bend it over and get her plugged in, and then we're gonna do basically a little bench test and see, make sure this cooled seat works in this truck. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so I bent the seat over so you can see everything. You guys know I could lift it up and bolt it in, but you know, why not demonstrate? So this only plugs in one way. You can't get it backwards. I'm gonna try to do this one-handed. You heard it click and she's in. That's it. That's it. And the best part, you know, you want to unplug it. That's it. That's it. You know, you take out the 4 bolts, you unplug it, the seat's out. Easy peasy. That's it. And boom, she's already hooked up to 12 volts, so she should move. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That's awesome. So we're gonna bring the seat in. I think I got it extended all the way. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. All right, so boom. You know, look at that. Seat's got constant 12 volt like it's supposed to, but the cooled shit doesn't work. Now, I'm gonna run these off of an accessory wire in the dashboard. So these will only work with the key on. But we're gonna hot wire it to constant 12 volt to make sure that these relays are clicking to make sure shit's working. So this one should be cooled. Oh, yeah, I heard it click. Yep. Let me try to get it in something where like, let me jam it in there. God damn it. Stay. Will that work? Oh, it will. Oh yeah, all right. Boom, temporary. So a good way to test to see if it works, this should be blowing out warm air to be cooled. So this is an exhaust. Air goes through the fancy little turbo and shoots through, and it has to blow out air out 2 ways. So to blow the cold air up to your butt and blow the hot air down. So that's what this little vent port is. It's blowing the opposite air out. So I want like room temperature, warm. Yeah, oh yeah, it's getting warm. I can feel that metal plate getting actually warm. Good. So that means it's blowing hot air under the seat and it's blowing all the cool air up here. Oh yeah, oh shit, yeah, she's working. That's what I'm talking about. I need to get a temperature gun so then I can show you guys, but she's cool. And then for the heated, that'll be this guy. You just run 12 volt to it. All right, so I want this to be feeling ice cold. Oh yeah, it's already getting cold under here. So now it's gonna be shooting cold air under the seat and blowing hot air up here. That's the point. Oh shoot, oh, I need more wire than that. But you guys get the point. So I know most of you doing these seat swaps, y'all got your dash in. I don't, so you know, bear with me. Y'all just got to run these to the switches I'm going to give you, and the switches are pretty simple. So other than that, I hope this video helps out, answer some people's questions. I put a lot of time and effort into this. You know, I tried to make it easy as possible. Boom, unplug this, and boom, I can remove the seat now. So I hope this helps some of y'all. I got to wire up the rest of this truck. I got about a couple 100 feet of wire to run today, so it's gonna be fun. Hopefully it doesn't rain on me. It's been raining crazy here, so I'll talk to y'all later. Next step I'm gonna do on this is lay a bunch of sound deadener, and then we can start throwing parts back in here. You know, doors already done, a lot of stuff on this truck's already done. You know, sunroof's already done, new visors are done. It's pretty sweet. I've already got a bunch of stuff done on this, guys. So this is the truck that got the new pillars. It's got my new battery cables. It's got cleaned up a lot in the engine bay. I put these new struts here because the hood wasn't working correctly. I couldn't even get it to pop open by itself. But yeah, no, this thing's sweet. I've already got the full power mirrors, doors, tweeters. Doors are all done, so pretty stoked. Other than that, time to do this body harness. So I'll see y'all later. Have a good day. Okay guys, I realized I forgot to tell you how the switches work. So I just run a toggle, you know, middle's off. Well, don't worry about what I wrote on there. Middle's off, you know, down's heat, up's cool. Or if you want, I can invert it. So up's cool and down's hot. I can change the LEDs in there if you want to whatever color you want. I can customize the fonts to whatever they say. You know, I've got ones that say bum cooler, ass cooler, ones that got icons. I talked to the company about moving this seat icon to the middle, and then see the little heat waves, moving the heat waves to the top, and maybe like a snowflake on the bottom. So you know, you press the snowflake and it gets cold, and you press the heat waves and it gets hot. And I'm gonna get a bunch of those made, but these are super customized, and if you already have them in the dash, they're super easy to pop off with this thing. It's like this, I think, thing is $1.50, and you just get up in. Oh, this might require 2 hands. Let me see. But yeah, you just get it in there like a fork, and you just push, and it pops off. Boom. Now you can see what color LEDs are in there. So the top one's a blue one, and the bottom's a red one for heat. And then the cool part is you can leave these in your dash and swap these out without having to do anything. As long as you got this little pickle, and then you put it in there, and you just push, and voila, we're good to go. So if you want a customized one, let me know. I have a bunch of them. I get a bunch made. If you want a customized one made, these are about $6 each. You're gonna need 2 of them if you have 2 seats. And then, you know, if you want this, I think it's like $1.50 or $2. And then, so what, you like 12, 14, and then plus shipping. So you're probably $20 if you want some custom ones if you already didn't order these for me. So if you already have this in your truck or whatever, and you want to switch them out, you know, let me know. But how do they work? If you're looking at the back of this, there's 2 setups you can do for this, okay? I will provide either a plug like this, and you can crimp it and pin it. It's really not that hard. And you just slide them in there, and then you can plug it in, and you're good to go. Or you can use terminals like this. It uses the same spades as this. So I can give you a bunch of these, and you can use these if you don't want to use that. I'll give them both to you. So, and then how does it work? It works like this. So you got your power coming in, and whatever way you flip it, that's the way it goes, you know. And then the LED, oh snap, hold on, I forgot to make a jumper for you guys right here. There we go. I got a little jumper wire. And then you see my jumper wire right there? So cooled comes out the bottom, and it goes right there, and that turns on the cooled seat. And then this little jumper turns on the LED on the switch, and the same with the hot. And then you can see the pink, that's my power coming in. And then turn it over, and there's my 2 grounds, just a jumper going. So they're pretty simple, as long as you got the little cheat sheet. Other than that, I think that covers everything. I almost forgot to tell you how to do this. That would have sucked, so I had to explain this to everyone. So, all right, adios.